Hello, people of the internet, and welcome. My name is Daniel K. Hargrove, also known as Daniel the DM, across all corners of the internet, and this is Yap Session, the show where I yap about whatever I want. And oh boy, as I say every episode, I've been gone for a minute. I'm not going to lie to you, but I appreciate you being here, whether it's you want to keep up to date with the goings on in my life and the things that interest me, or you just want to put on this as a podcast and listen to my voice for 30 minutes to an hour. Either way, I appreciate you being here. We have a lot to catch up on. We have a lot to catch up on. You know what's funny? I leave you all for 2 weeks and then World War III starts. What's going on here? I can't stop making content for 2 weeks to touch grass and work on projects without y'all starting war. What's going on, huh? I leave y'all alone for 2 weeks and look what happens. Totally off topic, but my wife and I, we went to go see the new Mission Impossible movie. And yeah, that movie being about AI controlling the world and trying to avoid a nuclear holocaust, and boy, that beginning of the movie was like, I thought we were supposed to be watching a work of fiction. What have we stumbled upon? Tom Cruise, what did Zenob tell you in the Scientology meetings about what was going on? Because this is scarily similar. It's a good movie. Sometimes you need a little good dose of American exceptionalism propaganda, you know what I mean? We got an episode for you today. Let me tell you. I've been busy. I wrote down show notes this time, and it's not just like some quick dots. I had to write down 2 pages worth of show notes of things I needed to make sure I covered them correctly. So we got a lot to talk about, and I'm super glad that you're here. But first things first, as always, we got to thank the wonderful people over on Patreon at patreon.com/Daniel K. Hargrove, because you wonderful people are helping to make this my full-time job, which I greatly, greatly appreciate. Things have been going well in the content creation space and other projects I got outside of the things I make on social media. So things have been going really well. But again, the people on Patreon, what you all do, I can't thank you enough. So again, if you want to help support the channel, doesn't matter what tier you subscribe at, you all get the same amount of content. It's pay whatever you like. Even if you join for free, that still gets you access to the Discord. Still waiting for y'all to tell me what y'all want to do with this Discord. But, let me know. So yeah, thank you to everyone over on Patreon. I really, really appreciate you. We got a lot to talk about. We have a lot to talk about. This is going to be a very TTRPG heavy episode about things going on within the community, projects I'm working on, big announcements within the space. So I think that's primarily where the focus is going to be, just as a heads up. I think that's really where my mind has been at right now. But to kick things off, let's talk about where I've been lately. I've been very busy. I've been in a bunch of productions. If you follow me on social media, I've been in a lot of shows recently. So first things first, we got to talk about Wild Magic West, which has been wild. Our 4-episode series that's being hosted over on Winter's Tales. Same people who put on Castleton, the AJ opened up their platform for us to be able to show our series that was created by Whitney, aka Smoking Glue Guns. If you want a show that is a steampunk Wild West meets D&D setting, this is the one for you. This show is absolutely incredible, and as of me recording this, the final episode is about to premiere live. So, go back, catch the VODs, and eventually when they upload it on YouTube. But you have to watch this last episode of Wild Magic West. This episode is one of the best games of D&D I've ever played. That episode, like the finale of this series, is worth the price of admission alone, which is free just watching it when it premieres or watching it on video on demand after. I am so incredibly proud of everyone for putting on this production. Whitney does such incredible GMing. Meadow, Mare, Johnny are amazing co-stars and just give emotionally devastating performances in this episode. And it is one of the most intense experiences that I've ever been through at a table, but one of the most rewarding at the same time. It was absolutely incredible. There's a reason why once we finished wrapping the filming of this production, we were all sitting around like, this was amazing, right? Like, people really need to watch this. Like, this was incredible to be a part of. Like, it was like, we could not stop talking about it. For people who've been raving about the show, we've been raving just as much behind the scenes and are so incredibly excited that we finally get the opportunity to present everything to you all in its completion. And again, shout out to AJ for opening up their platform for us to be able to air this production. We really, really appreciate it. So that's one of the shows we got going on right now. That's over at twitch.tv/Winter's Tales. All right. And then Bitten, our Daggerheart campaign. Listen, we're picking up steam. All right. The comments are rolling in. And listen, I'm not the one saying this. Okay. I'm not the one saying this. But we got some comments saying people were enjoying this as much, if not more, and then Critical Role's Daggerheart game. Hey yo, shots fired, but it wasn't from me, okay? That was from the fans of, the show. But genuinely, the reaction that we've been getting to our Daggerheart campaign has been so heartwarming. Like, we screenshot every single comment and share it amongst one another and just like are so giddy. It is so rewarding to get such immediate feedback for a production. And it's even more rewarding when everyone involved just like, we all love this show so much. And to get that immediate feedback of people loving the show just as much as us has just been absolutely wonderful. I am so excited for our next session where we are probably going to continue to break each other's hearts. It's absolutely beautiful. And what you can accomplish with this system is just so engaging. So that's going on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. EST. I don't know what that is for you. You're going to have to Google that. All right. I can't help you. I can't do everything for you. You understand? So that's what's going to be going on. You can watch that over at twitch.tv/Crit Hit Chronicles or twitch.tv/Talking XP because it is a joint collaboration project. All right. It is two channels coming together to put on this production, and it's well worth it. I'm sorry. I have been doing so much talking because of all the productions that I've been through. So my voice, we'll talk about it later, but like the events I've been doing, oh my gosh, my throat is tired. No, that didn't sound right. Mythos University is getting a season 2. Our show over at twitch.tv/So You Want to Be a DM, our accolade awarded show, which we'll get into later, is coming back for season 2 in July. We've been filming it in secret, so that's going to come out. So the pitch for that series is imagine a D&D game where all the characters are descendants of like Greek gods or a part of Greek mythology, and Mythos University is like Greek life, quote unquote, is Greek mythology, right? So you got faculty who are like Ares and all that sort of stuff. Zeus runs the school, all these different things. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm super excited for you all to see season 2. We've been rocking and rolling behind the scenes, getting that recording done, and yeah, really excited. Super happy. We got renewed. And then last but certainly not least, Fears and Fortunes presented by Forgotten Adventures. Gang, we're on the last 2 episodes of season 2. This premieres every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, twitch.tv/Forgotten Adventures. I know I'm throwing all these Twitch links at you and all that sort of stuff, but this season has been absolutely wonderful. We cannot believe that our 10 episode run for this season is already almost up. But we only have 2 episodes left, and we are so incredibly proud of what we were able to do with this season. I think we've all like continued to elevate our performances, our production, from the GMing, from George to all of my co-stars in this series. We've all just been giving our A game with it. and it shows the incredible art that we get from Android Grace and Karis. Like the amount of work that goes into this show is incredible. Like everyone is giving 110% and more for this production. And we just want as many eyes on the series as possible. So, because we're so incredibly proud of it. And again, everything is available on YouTube to watch all the prior episodes. And again, we're running into the situation more and more where as people are starting to find it, we're getting those comments rolling in. We show the comments on stream because, again, that immediate feedback of getting how people feel about the episode is just it's so nice. We're super proud of that. So those are all the shows that I've been in. I'm currently working on. I got stuff that I can't even talk about that I've been working on, getting some motion going in private, and also the productions that I'm trying to put on. But oh my God, scheduling is the big bad evil guy of every single production. And it has been the thing that I have been battling with the most behind the scenes. For getting my productions off the ground. But soon, you will be seeing my own shows on youtube.com/Dano the DM. Just got to give it some time. Also, for where I have been, I've been doing a whole bunch of in-person stuff. First things first, I've been doing so much work with Fumbles and Crits, which is an organization here. We're North Carolina based. I am one of the guest DMs that show up for all their events. We just did an in-person charity event for United Way, which helps combat, poverty in your local community. And we raised $1,000. $1,000 at our first in-person event for United Way. It's so gratifying to be able to get to do this. It's so rewarding to be able to give back to the community by doing this. Like, it's absolutely wonderful. Sam, who organizes all these things between Fumbles and Crits and organizes stuff for United Way, Sam is wonderful. She's absolutely fantastic. And she goes above and beyond with all the events that she puts forward. So yeah, if you want to put on charity events here in North Carolina, if you want us to host for events like we just did for, Free RPG Day, if you want that, that sort of level of dedication and production, reach out to Fumbles and Crits. Sam is incredible, and she will organize an incredible event that's going to look beautiful. So super, super proud of that. Super, super proud of all the work that we do with them. And here's the interesting thing. I helped disguise a wedding proposal as a D&D game. So this is another event we did with Fumbles and Crits. We were organizing this it was a pretty quick turnaround. We only had about a month or so, like a few weeks, and we turned this around and were able to secretly put together the game. And oh my gosh, it turned out so wonderful. Sam, again, who organizes all of our events with Fumbles and Crits, she did such an amazing job of setting up the scenery for it and putting out all these displays on the table where we played our game. And essentially the setup was one of the partners was like, I'm ready. I want to propose, our relationship's going great. We have a kid and all that sort of stuff. We just want to, get the proposal out the way and move things forward. I'm like, heck yeah. But you wanted to make it memorable. So she reached out to us about, running a D&D game and then disguising it as a wedding proposal. And so it was up to me to run the game, write the adventure for how it was going to be presented. And when you look at the video that we put together for the event and like some of the footage that we're going to release out for it, you'll see that we put a lot of time and dedication into making sure it kind of has this like Lord of the Rings theme to it, because Lord of the Rings was the big thing that they loved so much. So I did a little D&D one-shot adventure that was kind of inspired by it, like mix and mashed a couple of things together where they're like, it starts off with them being captured by trolls and then they got to go into like, the Mines of Moria or whatever. And so we had that as kind of the setup. And then they fought like this Balrog towards the end of it. And then you had this dragon that was kind of like Smaug at the end there. And I got to do my deep dragon voice. Blah, 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 blah. But the And I did a golem as well. I had a creature that was like Gollum. But essentially that was the setup for it. And when it got to that moment, that time for the proposal, the way I had it set up story-wise was like, okay, you have this dragon that has this treasure that can give you whatever it is that your heart desires most in this world, right? That was the setup. And so the players are making this journey all the way through. They're doing all this combat. Their characters are exhausted, and they think they're now about to get into this boss battle with this ancient dragon. But then he just starts going from player to player and asking, like, what is it that your heart truly desires? And is it worthy enough to be able to be bestowed upon this treasure that will grant it? And then it gets to the partner that was going to do the proposal. And then I had the dragon like kind of cocks his head and paws, and he says, yes, your desire is strong enough. That feeling you have and what you desire most in this world. And then I reach behind my GM screen, and then what I have hidden back there the whole time, which was created by Sam, was this little box that had the wedding ring in it. And the way we had to like organize it was like, okay, once they got in here, we're like, hey, I need you to come over here. Here's the character sheets, all that sort of stuff, yada, yada, yada. While the ring was getting put inside of the box behind their back. Like it was wild being able to get all that done, but super, super grateful, super, super happy. And it was just such a beautiful moment, handing the box and the proposal happened, and being a part of just such a beautiful moment was just absolutely incredible. Just two people just being in love and doing something that they enjoy, and as an extension of that, just playing games together was just absolutely wonderful. And I could not be more grateful to have been a small part of that moment. And I just wish them nothing but the best in the future for them and their family. They're just absolutely wonderful couple to run a game for and to be around. So I'm just super grateful, especially, as dark as times may feel, humanity always perseveres, and it always thrives, and it always finds a way, and it always comes back to love. So that's always beautiful. Always a beautiful, beautiful thing to see. But with that, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been working on. However, we got big stuff to talk about. I've been putting off talking about this because I wanted to wait towards the end, towards that final push to get people's attention. But you are now listening. You are now listening to the sounds of a Crit Award nominated cast member of 2 productions for Best Series. That's right. 2 shows I was a part of got nominated for the Crit Awards for Best Series. We're finalists. Listen, if you had told me a year ago getting into this space that this is where things were going to go for me, I would not have believed you. I have not been a content creator for long. I have not been I think it's been a year I've been doing actual plays, but to be a part of 2 series that have been nominated for Best Series is wild. And on top of that, seeing the list of other nominees and how many of them I've gotten to interact with and play with and be mutuals with, and some of them I genuinely call my friends, this is wild. This is absolutely wild. So first things first, Fears and Fortunes, presented by the good folks over at Forgotten Adventures. We have been nominated for Best Series, Best Original Song, Best Upcoming Twitch Channel, and Best Actress for, who is that? Is that now Crit Award nominated actress Meadow, aka Darling? I'm laughing because she hates when I do that, and it's always funny every single time. She's probably going to be in the comment sections of this video yelling angry at me for saying that, or DM me violent things, and that's always great. But Fears and Fortunes, man, getting this nomination is wild. And then the Cinderella story of Mythos University, created by Justin and Taylor over at So You Want to Be a DM, and them creating Mythos University as one of their first actual plays. And here we are with the best series nomination as a finalist. No backing, no nothing. Just two people with a hope and a dream reaching out to other content creators they thought were cool and just asked, hey, would you like to be a part of this idea that I had? And these nominations are wild because I'm here in this space because of my wife and my mom and all these people in my personal life who pushed me to create content again. And to be in this space with such amazing people is just humbling. Again, I stand on the shoulders of giants to be able to just be here and be a part of these casts alone, to be a part of these productions. So again, I'm just humbled, and I'd be grateful if you voted for these productions and in these categories. The amount of work that went into these series is like, I can't even begin. It's my contributions to these shows are minuscule in comparison to the Herculean tasks that so many others who are part of this production had to make this shows what they are. Just speaking with Fears and Fortunes alone, all of our amazing artists who work on that show, Karis and Android Grace, and the amazing jimming that we have from George, and the wonderful cast between Skylar, May, and at the time of season 1, you know, we had Arcane Adam on there, and then Meadow, you know, my ride or die co-star in almost like every show I've been a part of. Like, there's so much that went behind the scenes, and also making the music, the score that's now on Spotify. Like, all of these things take so much dedication and work that don't get seen to make shows like this happen, and at this production, at this level, and at this quality. And I'm just, I'm in awe of it. And the nominations are definitely deserved because everyone on this production works so hard. And the same thing goes for Mythos University. Like, what Justin and Taylor have been able to do with So You Want to Be a DM, within less than a year, they've ran almost 10 complete actual plays. Like 10 full series back to back to back of such incredible tables, and have been able to put together such phenomenal talent and tell such entertaining stories with so many heartfelt performances that are woven in between. Again, it is that Cinderella story. It is that, like, that hope and a dream of, like, they came out of nowhere and just said, let's just give it a shot. And the distance that they have gone, and not just with their actual plays, with their podcasts and everything else that they're doing, it's just so wonderful. It's just so wonderful to see. And again, I'm just so grateful that, you know, as me being a part of this in any small way, of being a part of any of these two shows, is just, it's absolute cinema. So I'm grateful, man. I'm just so grateful. It's just wonderful. But I didn't want to stop there. Okay, I wanted to talk about the other nominations for people that I know. All right. If I missed a couple, I'm sorry. There's 50 categories. I was trying to put this together in my show notes. Don't get mad at me, and go to the comments if I know you and you got nominated, and so you can get shouted out for the incredible work that you've been doing. So I know I've missed people, and I'm sorry if I did, but I just wanted to give a shout out to other people who were nominated for Crit Awards and what they're nominated for, and just gush about the homies. First things first, Kelly, aka the Kel Hop, got nominated for Best Player in Indie Production. Let me tell you about Kelly. Okay, Kelly and I are co-stars in our Daggerheart campaign. We've only been working together for a few weeks, and I am not joking. She is one of the best actresses I have ever met. Actors in general. I'm not talking about just actual plays. Actors in the category of acting. Incredibly talented. One of the most present players you'll ever meet. One of the most giving in a scene, and just the verisimilitude in their performances, that line just disappears when they're performing between reality and the performance, and no matter what they're a part of. Like, so well deserved. Kelly is absolutely incredible, and you should vote for them. Also, we got Slovenly Trolls and Jordan Brown. Okay, they've been nominated for Best Podcast Host. Now, Lissa, who's part of the first one that I mentioned, okay, we worked together on the first actual play that I had ever been a part of. It was a game of Eat the Reich that we did for the Trans Empowerment Project. We raised money for charity. And amazing person to get to do performances with. So always rooting for them. And Jordan, listen, all right. Jordan's a classic heel, if you will. You know, Jordan's a guy you just love to hate, but in a good way. Like, in a good way, you know? But again, the incredible things that Jordan has done in this space, not even talking about just the accolades of what they've been able to do with the podcast, just speaking on Jordan as a human being, as a father, as someone who stands up, puts their money where their mouth is, and does whatever they can to help others, help the marginalized, educate themselves and others, is wonderful. Like a truly prime example of using your platform in the appropriate way, and understanding that our platforms are a privilege, and not taking that for granted. So either way, I'm rooting for both of them. And I just wanted to give them both a big shout out because they're absolutely incredible. Arcane Adam got nominated for Best Villain. Adam played as Lucian in season 1 of Fears and Fortunes. So shout out to Adam for being an amazing co-star and creating a character that was so memorable that they left such a lasting impact that their character is mentioned, I believe, almost every single episode of this 10 episode season 2. That's how memorable of a character that they have made, and that the character they made is still haunting the narrative to this day. So them being nominated for Best Villain for an entirely different production, hey, I'm always going to be rooting for him. Incredible performer. And then also we have Dungeon Club Games for The Gas Station. This is the name of the game they made. It's been nominated for Best Multiplayer TTRPG. Shout out to them. Active member in the communities I've been part of. And also they just constantly post some of the coolest stuff you will ever see when it comes to ideas and designs and quick games that you can play. Super, super cool and innovative, and they need more followers on social media. Okay, I need to see them everywhere because the things that they make are amazing. And we also have Epiphany Dice being nominated for Best Dice Maker. Shout out to another North Carolinian. Okay, out here. We do have to hang out at some point. We live very close by to each other. We all need to hang out at some point. But yeah, for you all to, I think it's been less than 6 months or something like that, and to have been nominated for Best Dice Maker is absolutely incredible. So shout out to y'all. You all are amazing, and rooting for you. You know how it is. We'll go out and get some cookout later. And then we got Whitney, aka Smoking Glue Guns, another dice maker. Wow, what a surprise! Look at them being listed right after each other, but not nominated for dice making. Oh no! Whitney has been nominated for Best Dungeon Master. Oh, Captain, my Captain, who led me through the ups and downs of our Wild Magic West campaign. Shout out to you. This is absolutely incredible, and I'm super proud of you. And I know you're like, ooh, no, compliments suck, but you enjoy the compliment, right? You're an amazing dungeon master, and it shows. And that's why you've been nominated. And even though the category's stacked, I'm still rooting for you. Okay, you got my vote. Cujo from Crit Hit Chronicles, my other co-star, part of our Bitten campaign, has been nominated for Best GM as a part of the Cobalt Press category. Noir, who's my other co-star from Bitten, is nominated for Best Player for the Cobalt Press category. And last but certainly not least, Classic Sam being nominated for Best Legacy Twitch Channel. I'm sorry if you were one of the homies. And I forgot to mention your name. But I'm incredibly proud of everyone in this community. I'm super grateful to have been a part of it. Little spats of drama aside, it has been nothing but great and glowing things to have been a part of this community. So I greatly appreciate everyone who's been here, everyone who's been supporting the productions I've been a part of. And yeah, here's to the many more productions to come. And, you know, head over to thecritawards.org and check it out and cast your vote. Voting ends on June 30th. So don't miss that deadline. Get those votes in. All right. Get those votes in. Thank you. All right. We got one more topic. I got one more topic for you. So let's talk about Chris Perkins and Jeremy Crawford joining Darrington Press and leaving Wizards of the Coast behind. Because some of you are not going to like what I have to say. I'm going to let you know that right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Some of you are not going to like what I have to say. Okay? But that's all right. Here, you know what interests me the most about this whole entire situation is seeing all of the content creators who spent the last, I don't even know how many years, every single day talking about how much Dungeons and Dragons sucks. 2014 sucks. 2024 sucks. Everything about D&D sucks the way it's ran. And it's not even just how greedy they are. The content sucks. The adventures suck. The game design sucks. And then this announcement comes out. And then all of a sudden, some of these same content creators are going, well, actually, this is brilliant. What? I'm so excited to see what they'll do. This is brilliant. They're super talented and they have such an excellent vision for the games that they create. So I'm incredibly excited to see what they'll do. This is the LeBron James and Steph Curry of TTRPGs joining Darrington Press. And the reason I find that funny, okay, as someone who has enjoyed D&D, it's what got me into the TTRPG space. I really, really enjoy the 2024 update, right? If we were to strip away every single financial decision and say that was on the shoulders of only the higher ups, the C-suites of Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro, right? Let's say that all those decisions are there. At the end of the day, Perkins, Crawford were there for some of the best and worst aspects of those games. I want you to think about everything you have loved and hated or felt meh about when it comes to the game design, the way they've handled certain cultural aspects or species, anything you felt about these games. The buck stopped at them, right? The buck stopped at them. They were responsible. Okay. So with all that being said, as much as I have enjoyed a lot of what they've created, I don't know how I feel about them taking the creative lead over at Darrington Press and furthermore, basically Daggerheart. Is it confirmed that they're working on Daggerheart? No, but let's be real, right? Let's be real about it. So, you know, I put up my post on Threads voicing my concerns about it. And I feel like the direction that Daggerheart is going and the ways that this game has progressed and is doing things differently than D&D, I just I'm going to be optimistic and hope that they continue to head in that direction, and that Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins joining will be a further bolstering of that creative direction that is already there in Daggerheart that I greatly, greatly enjoy. And that this won't feel like reverting when it comes to certain aspects of game design or how certain cultural aspects are handled, or you name it, right? There's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, I really like how Daggerheart handles it. And I think Daggerheart handles it better than D&D. And I'm hoping for the best. I am hoping for the best. But at the end of the day, there's just certain things that are a part of their resume that I do not look fondly upon, that in comparison to how those things are handled in Daggerheart, hey, we'll see how it goes. At the end of the day, to be honest, I want to see more unique voices, more diverse voices behind the scenes at the seat at the table of these games in the design process, because I just want more interesting things to keep coming out of it. There are so many interesting things that came out of Daggerheart that just wouldn't have come out of D&D because it has been so set in its ways for decades. So I just don't want them to lose sight of that. And I hope that this is, again, just a bolstering of those things that have already been there. You know, it just feels weird, man. Like, I know that's not the most eloquent way to put it, but it just feels weird. And I just don't, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I'm hoping for the best. I'm being cautiously optimistic. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Well, that's it. You know, I think that's a good catch up. I think that's where we're kind of at right now with everything, the TTRPG space and all that jazz. I have been super busy working on so many different projects. I got voiceover projects, some other video stuff that I can't talk about. So I've been really, really busy this month doing stuff, having a lot of opportunities that came my way and just executing on those. So a lot of my focus has been there and doing that. And so content creation kind of fell to the wayside a little bit for the last couple of weeks, but it was well worth it. And in a lot of cases, it was to make more content that will be coming up on here very, very shortly. So the break was well worth it. And I'm super excited. Because you will be seeing what I've been working on, and it's not just me being like burnt out or anything like that. I have been working my butt off behind the scenes, which is why my voice has been cracking, you know? And also doing this podcast. Not the best thing after you've been talking for like 30 hours, performative wise, for like the whole week. But what are you going to do? But listen, hope you see you in the next episode. All right. Hope you see you in these clips. Hope to see you on the Patreon. All right. Hope to see you all there. I appreciate you all being here. This was a good time. Let me know what you think. Make sure you vote. Not just for the Crit Awards, but vote wherever you need to vote. Especially if you're in New York. Jesus, please go vote. Don't rank Cuomo. The times are dark, but, you know, we'll make it through it. As a side note, we'll make it through it. And, yeah, just remember that joy in and of itself is an act of revolution. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others. All right? Get involved with your community in some way, shape, or form. Learn the name of your neighbors. Look out for them, be there for them, support each other. It's the only way through times like this. But with that being said, people of the internet, I appreciate you being here. I hope you have a great day and enjoy yourself. Have a good time. Peace.